Jinger Duggar is getting candid about her people-pleasing tendencies. The 19 kids and counting star is reflecting on how self-doubt during her childhood triggered her to become a people-pleaser in her latest book, People Pleaser: Breaking Free from the Burden of Imaginary Expectations, which will be released on January 14, 2025. In an exclusive interview with POPLE on January 8, 2024, Jinger Duggar shared how she had an innate need to get along with everyone when she was a child. The former reality TV star would try her best not to ruffle anyone's feathers, even within the family, and wanted to keep everyone happy all the time. Duggar shared that this quality of hers gained prominence in her teenage years, as she believes that one starts to process a lot more at that age. She also stated how these tendencies worsened due to the teachings of her minister, Bill Gothard, at her former ultra-conservative church, the Institute in Basic Life Principles. Duggar shared how there were so many messed up concepts that were drilled into her at the time, which included pleasing one's husband. She said, "It was all so focused on, do this, do this, do this, otherwise, you're not going to be enough for him." Duggar credits her husband, Jeremy with helping her dismantle her deep feelings of worthlessness. He challenged her to be herself, which gave her immense freedom to open up. In another interview with People last year, Duggar opened up about how some of her loved ones were extremely unkind after the release of her 2023 memoir Becoming Free Indeed: My Story of Disentangling Faith from Fear, which criticized her family's ultra-conservative church, the IBLP. Duggar and her 18 siblings were raised to follow the IBLP by their parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. The reality TV star acknowledged that people had strong and harsh opinions on her book. She stated that it wasn't easy for her to deal with their unkind words, but she firmly believes that sharing the truth was the best thing that she could have done. The Counting On star believes that speaking her truth via the book was a freeing experience. She felt it was imperative to stand up for others who were vulnerable, and expressed that the only reason she held back from doing so in the past was due to her people-pleasing before would never have allowed me to do that. Derick Dillard might have visited the Duggar family's Tontatone compound for a holiday celebration. He might have sat down and endured an afternoon in the oversized living room, but he wants everyone to know he was not mingling with Jim Bob Duggar. Derick Dillard recently spoke out after photos of him and his wife, Jill Dillard, chatting with Jim Bob Duggar surfaced on Instagram. The ensuing narrative has clearly annoyed the lawyer. Jill Dillard and her husband, Derick Dillard, regularly speak out against Jim Bob Duggar. Years after the couple first confirmed the Duggar family rift, the ice appears to be thawing. At least, that's what it looked like during a Christmas celebration. Over the holiday, James Duggar took to Instagram to share photos of the Duggar family's Christmas celebration. One of the photos he uploaded showed Jill and Derick Dillard talking to Jim Bob Duggar in the background. Duggar family followers quickly picked up on the interaction. Still, they were unconvinced that the conversation was friendly and warm. Family critics thought the couple's body language appeared guarded. Family critics were right. As it turns out, the ice has not thawed, and Derick Dillard wants everyone to know it. The former reality TV star insists he doesn't respect Jim Bob Duggar and feels the family is staging photos. Dillard took to the comments section of a recent People Instagram post to explain exactly what was going on in the pictures James Duggar shared to social media around the holidays. In his original comment, Dillard was clearly bothered by outlets reporting that he was mingling with Jim Bob Duggar. Dillard revealed that there were over 100 people in the home at the time of the event, and that his family's exchange with Jim Bob Duggar was short. He called into question the motives behind the upload. Dillard questioned why he and his wife were photographed during their brief and infrequent visits to the Tontatone compound. He also referenced a photo from last year that was posted on social media as proof the Duggar family was pushing an agenda. Dillard has since edited his comment. Still, the general idea remains the same. He insists he is trying to be civil. Dillard didn't directly accuse his in-laws of crafting their own narrative. Still, it's clear he thinks someone has instructed some of Jill Dillard's siblings to post photos that include Jill and Derick on social media to present a united front when there is not one. Jill has spoken openly about her somewhat troubled relationship with some of her siblings in recent years, including in her book Counting the Cost. The mother of three has been careful to protect her siblings' privacy. It's impossible to say which siblings she remains close to. Derick Dillard made it clear his relationship with Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar is still strained after he was photographed chatting with the Duggar patriarch over the holidays. In response to a People story that said he was mingling with his father-in-law, Derick clarified in the comments section that it was a very short conversation at a large family event. "Just so people know, Jim Bob approached me while we were there on Christmas Day for about 5 minutes, and I do not respect him," he wrote. "I don't think that is considered mingling." Derick, who is married to Jill Duggar Dillard, added it wasn't a typical intimate family gathering, as there were over 100 people at the 8,000-square-foot home, including someone playing Santa Claus. "I have spoken with him less than 10 minutes since the last time we were at that house, which was over a year ago," he continued. "We're trying to be civil for the sake of our family, but that doesn't mean everything is all hunky-dory. And it sure doesn't mean that I'm not going to comment when people try to warp reality for their own purposes." As OK previously reported, Jill revealed the last time that she saw her father was for a wedding or birthday thing, around the time her youngest son was born in July 2022. Elsewhere in the podcast appearance, which aired in January 2024, the mother of three, who shares sons Israel, Samuel, and Frederick with Derick, also revealed her parents were aware of what she'd said about her years-long strained relationships with them in her recent memoir, Counting the Cost. "I heard they listened to it on audiobook or something. I don't know. They're my parents, and I'm gonna tread lightly," she explained, noting that she hadn't outright asked them if they'd read the tell-all. "It's kind of like when you get together at the holidays, and there are just certain things that you don't just want to bring up." In a 2023 interview, Jill explained she mostly only sees her dad at weddings, funerals, and then sometimes a few other events here and there. "We really don't have a whole lot of conversations at this point in our relationship with my family about the whole family drama situation," she continued. "We feel like we have kind of just had to make our own decisions and realize that you can't change people." The Duggars continue their quest to populate the earth, and Jed Duggar and his wife Katie are now popping kids out 2 at a time. The former counting on star, who is the son of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, welcomed twins with his wife Katie on Wednesday, January 8, announcing to People magazine that both baby girls were born healthy. "We are thrilled to share the joyous news of the arrival of our twin daughters, Elsie Kate and Emma Kate," Jed and Katie said in a statement issued to the magazine on Thursday. Elsie was born on January 8, 2025, at 2:06 p.m. weighing 6 pounds, 14 ounces, and Emma followed at 2:13 p.m. weighing 7 pounds, 2 ounces. "Both girls are healthy and beautiful and have completely captured our hearts," the couple added. Unlike many of her sisters-in-law, Katie chose to have the twins in a hospital rather than do a home birth. Katie has given birth every year since getting married to Jed in April 2021. The couple's son Truett was born in May 2022, and their daughter Nora was born in May 2023. Like the twins, Nora's middle name is Kate too. Katie and Jed announced they were having twin girls back in July. "Truett and Nora are so excited to help us welcome them," Jed and Katie told People. "Watching their excitement and love for their little sisters has been such a sweet blessing for us as parents. We are so grateful to God for entrusting us with these precious girls. Our hearts are full, and we're thankful for the love and support we've received during this joyful time. Elsie and Emma are the first twin grandchildren for Jim Bob and Michelle. While the TLC's original star breeders have 2 sets of twins themselves, Jed and his brother Jeremiah, and John David and Jonah, they have only had single-birth grandkids up until this point. For those counting the Duggar grandspawn at home, Jed and Katie's twins are grandkids No. 34 and 35. The couple's 36th and 37th grandkids are due later this year and will be born to their daughter Jinger and her husband Jeremy Vulo, and Jeremiah and his wife Hannah. Katie and Jed uploaded part 1 of a vlog of the girls' birth to their official YouTube channel on Thursday, showing Katie getting ready to go to the hospital. Once at the hospital, Katie and Jed were joined by John David's wife Abby, who is a nurse, as well as his mom Michelle and some of Katie's family. In another YouTube video recently posted to their channel, Jed and Katie revealed if they plan to continue to pop out kids after the twins. "We are just praying about each one, and we're loving life, and very excited for each one that God's given us thus far," Jed said. "We're not really sure yet. We're just praying and asking God, okay, what's the timing for everything? I think it's been pretty neat. We love each one of our kids in exactly God's timing." Katie appeared to be on board with possibly adding to the Duggar population again. "I don't think either one of us are like, okay, 4 is it? We're very open to having more after this," she said. "But we're considering God in every step that we take in our family." The next Duggar in the birthing stirrups will be Jinger, who is due to give birth to her 3rd child in March. You can watch part 1 of Jed and Katie's birth vlog below.